Yeah, Joe, you had it going big time early, and then seemed to flip on that one pick. Were you in a manual? Did you? Was there miscommunication on that right at the end of the half?
It was my fault. My eyes messed with me. I look at that pick obviously as a difference. Cortland kind of got covered, and I looked back to throw what I thought was my shallow cross, and Emmanuel wasn't in my vision yet. And then all of a sudden, Emmanuel came into my vision as I was getting ready to throw what I thought was my shallow cross, and it just completely interrupted what I thought. I didn't have any idea who he was at that point. He was just really in my line of sight. I tried pulling back the ball yet again, and it just floated out high to the guy that was kind of coming down and lurking the safety.
To do things right, great first half, and then lose as a leader, veteran. How do you keep the morale up after an 0-4 start with this group when you feel like you've had two wins clearly snatched at the end?
Yeah, it's tough. Guys obviously are, not feeling as good as we should right now, and it's a tough thing. In these moments, you can tell from the locker room. There's probably going to have to be something said to this team just because, we got 12 football games left. The NFL doesn't wait around for anybody. Before you know it, we're going to be playing again. We're going to be lining up next Sunday. And there's no time to feel sorry for yourself or anything like that. We're a bunch of men, and, you have to handle these situations as such. There's really nothing you can do about it. You can't go back in time and fix this thing and fix that thing. It is what it is. You have to look yourself in the mirror, and you have to be able to push it down and deal with it and move on and still play good football. I think as an older guy, my perspective is a little different. There's a lot of people that, in my life that look up to me, and these are experiences that you can teach them in. It's tough to look at that. It's tough to get in front of a team and tell them that when everybody's hurting as much as they are. But that's the bottom line, man. If you consider yourself a tough NFL football player, well then damn, look at yourself in the mirror, pick yourself up, and get ready to go back to work.
Joe, did the second half there feel a little bit like the Oakland game just in terms of how few possessions there were and in terms of making it hard to get in a rhythm?
Well, yeah. Obviously we didn't get very many possessions. That was partly due to us and partly due to their run game. And, it seemed like on every drive we made a mistake here or mistake there. And, we know what those mistakes are, and they hurt us, Even if at some point we just get a field goal within those first couple drives, it makes a difference. And, that obviously, was a bad job on our part trying to, take advantage of the little bit of time we had the ball.
Were there any discussions on that final drive after you get to the 32 before the pass to Emmanuel about maybe trying to choose some clock? Vic said in hindsight it's easy to do, but were there in the huddle, hey, let's run this off a little bit?
No, and it's tough. It really is. When you have to score, if you have to kick a field goal, obviously you can get to that point. With my experience, and I think when you watch NFL games, you're exactly right. How many times are you sitting at home on your couch, you watch a team score with a minute 30 seconds left, and you're sitting there, and if it's your team, oh my gosh, we left too much time on the clock. But when you have to score a touchdown, it's it's that fine line, man. You have to take your opportunity when you get it, and because you never know. In this league, and the way defenses are, the way pass rushes are, things like that, if you try to just eat the clock up and do things like that, and then score with 20 seconds left, you don't know if you're even going to score. So it's definitely a fine line. I hear what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. It's just one of those things that, yeah, when you're in the moment, it's not as easy to do as you want it to be.
Joe, is there something to a young team learning how to close, how to win games rather than, in this case, what's happened the last couple of games?
Well, there definitely is. There's a lot to that. And I think that's why, when I looked at my offensive guys in the face after the game, there's a lot of positive things to say about them because it's tough to go out there and not play the way you want to in the second half and be down 6 points and go out there in your last drive and execute the way we did. Because at that point it feels like you're down 20. It doesn't really feel like you have quite the same opportunity that in reality you do. So I think we did a good job in that sense. It's just one of those things. We are young and we haven't had some things go our way. We get another roughing the passer call. You know, and obviously the yards helped them there, but more so, I think they would have been 3rd and 10 or somewhere around that. And the stadium was rocking at that point. So, I mean, those things are honestly out of our control. I think our defense was playing hard and doing the right things, and that's what happens sometimes, unfortunately.
Joe, when there was a minute 30 seconds left, what was your mindset taking the lead? But just like you said, realizing there's a minute 30 seconds left, but you have this defense coming out on the field.
Yeah, well, you want to be excited, but at that point you're a fan. You know, you're sitting on the couch and you're a fan, and you're, you know, somewhat nervous about how it might go. And, you know, winning a football game in the NFL, there are not too many things that are greater than doing that in life. For you guys that don't know, it is an unbelievable feeling. So you know how precious they are, and you know how tough they are to get. So you don't celebrate fully. Obviously, you're excited because we went down there and did our job, but you don't celebrate until that clock hits 0 and you've won the game. So, you know, I had confidence in the D, and like I said, like some of the things I talked about, some of the things you can't control, some of the things you can, and we just got to get better at it. Thank you very much, Joe. All right, thanks.